Welcome to Empowered by AI, the podcast for women entrepreneurs ready to harness AI to take their businesses to the next level. I'm your host, Michelle Muncy-Silva, founder of Innovative AI Studios. You may have left corporate life to start this entrepreneurial journey, but you don't have to go it alone. Here, you'll find a supportive community of like-minded women and an invaluable thought partner each week, as my guests and I share actionable insights you can use right away. So let's dive in together. All right, Lexi Gilbert, thank you for joining us.
Oh, Michelle, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to it. I would like to kick us off by having you share just your general badassery with the listener. She's going to want to meet you.
Listen, my resume, so to speak, is pages long. So let me just put it in a snippet of what the chapter I'm in now. I'm a woman who means business in the AI era. After 4 decades of navigating change in tech as an employee, HR leader, and award-winning entrepreneur, AI wasn't going to slip past me. I seized it, I leaned in, and made it my next chapter. So now I help leaders actually build AI into their businesses in a way that is human-centered, ethical, and resilient. And that is through my fractional CAIO services with OptimizeHer, leading women in the charge of AI, and my new AI agency, AI Biz Mind, that was just launched a few days ago.
Absolutely fantastic. So you're probably the perfect person to talk to about this question. So from your perspective, where do you feel like businesses are right now when it comes to AI awareness? Do they, from your experience, really understand the potential, or are most still trying to figure out what it means?
You and I know navigating the AI landscape right now is unpredictable. So from my perspective, when I'm interacting with business solopreneurs, most businesses are still standing on the fence. They heard the buzz. They maybe have plugged in a few chatbots or some auto reply, or maybe a couple of little bit of workflows, but there's no real strategy, governance, or systems behind it. Awareness is high on hype and low on execution.
So when you're talking with business owners, with leaders, what are you hearing as biggest needs right now? Or are you hearing maybe some gaps around AI?
So the biggest gaps I see are very clear. First, no preparation. Leaders didn't budget or allocate resources for AI, and now they're scrambling. Second, misunderstanding the scale. This isn't just like adding Microsoft Office. It's massive shift with no emergency fund can ever really cover. And third, the quick fix trap. Grabbing a tool or two feels safe, but it doesn't solve the deeper issues. And then enforced strategy and systems. Most businesses lack the structure to make AI work. And really, Michelle, finally, people and culture, training staff, reshaping workflows, and overcoming resistance to change are huge hurdles that get overlooked until they hit hard.
And a lot of people assume AI readiness is SOPs and tools and software. I love the giggle right now.
Yes.
Where do mindset, leadership, and culture sit? Like, as far as priorities go, like when you're working with a business, where does that sit for you?
Let's face it, mindset and cultures aren't the extras in this. They're the foundation, right? So tools and SOPs are the easy part. Anybody can download software, but if leaders won't adapt, nothing sticks. And if culture resists, best tech just gathers dust. And if employees see AI as a threat, which is rampant right now, instead of a partner, adoption dies before it even starts.
That's what's so, I think, the unspoken for so many people is like, what is the temperature in the room that I'm walking into? If I'm going to be doing this training, what is the general feeling about it?
It's hot. It's hot. You better have your flame retardant suit on because you're going to get attacked from all sides, right? And you really have to have thick skin in the game in order to deliver change management. And that is what I love to do. And right now with AI, it's the biggest disruption that I've ever experienced in the employee level, right? Leaders and CEOs, they have a whole different problem on their shoulders. But when it comes to the employees, we're walking on eggshells. Like we really have to structure our conversations properly around this change, right? And this is why I built and developed the HER protocol.
And that's what I just wanted to ask you about. Can you walk us through what the HER framework is and why it's so important right now?
When you asked me to introduce myself, I spoke about I've lived through the 40 years of change. And if you're a Gen Xer like me, we've all been through it. And I've seen it from three different perspectives. I've seen it from an employee perspective, an HR leader that perspective, and as an entrepreneur. And I'm looking at almost 35 plus years doing this. When I ended up embracing AI, and I have to say, I love it, right? Now you're either you love it or you hate it or you don't know what to do with it, but I love it. And when I really sat down and looked at what disruption AI was causing, obviously I had my own concerns, but then I just tore that apart and I sat down and I looked at my journey and I thought, holy crap, I've been through every change that you can imagine, right? And I've navigated through those change in different ways. So I structured a framework that didn't forget humans because everybody's so scared that AI is going to change the game and they're going to lose their jobs. Yes and no. So I developed the HER protocol for all businesses. It's a staple across everything I do, including my new agency. So the HER protocol came out of my work with OptimizeHer, and from navigating the 40 years of innovation through those three perspectives, I've built and lived that experience. So it's not based on theory. So what HER stands for, right? And ironically, it's HER, human-centered, right? So use AI to power people, not replace them. We need to use our people to empower our business. So if we free our employees up from those repetitive tasks so that they have time to grow the business and alongside it, that would make perfect sense. Ethical, build with transparency and governance. If you cut corners here, you'll pay later in lawsuits, employee resistance, and let's not even want to mention it, reputational damage. People are putting AI tools, and I see it a lot, where they're trusting these tools. They have no idea about what the guardrails are. They don't even know what engine is running them. So they have no concept of how to apply them accordingly. So they're just band-aid fixing. And then we have resilience, which is the R in HER. So we design systems and design the leadership training that can bend but not break. So disruption is constant in this kind of era. And resilience is what keeps you moving when it hits. So the HER protocol, human-centered, ethical, resilient.
And the human front and center part is what I'm wondering about, because how do you balance that need for innovation with that need to keep people at the core? Because I think that's what a lot of people are most scared about. How do you innovate and keep the people?
The process, without sounding, I'm not going to get into any tech jargon or anything, but let's just talk about this high level. First and foremost, people are your business in any aspect, whether they're your staff, your clients, whatever have you. So first and foremost, you have to have an analysis of the business, where you're at, where is AI going to fit? Innovation without people isn't innovation, it's vanity. So balancing the two means designing AI so it supports people, giving them back time, reducing friction, and opening up space for growth. Take those people that you freed up time and use that valuable time to scale them up, promote them. This is the energy that we have to bring back and make them understand that tech is their partner. It makes their life easier. It makes it easier for their employees and their customers. It's not just noise. The real win is when AI drives progress, when people feel valued, capable, and part of that change. So I go in at the base and I talk to the leaders first and foremost, and I make them understand this, that you have to have the culture embrace this. And you have to communicate to your employees a strategy of implementation and what their next step is. Where are they going to be fitting in this whole change? And that's the key part that I see missing a lot, because everybody's thrust in AI here. And And we got tech people putting it in AI and they're forgetting about the people, and the people are panicking. They're building up resistance and the reduction in work quality. All of that's happening. So start with the people. The people, that's where you got to start with. And that's how I address it first, because I only work with businesses who understand that concept, because there's no use on trying to convince the latter of that.
Right. And how can solopreneurs and small businesses rather use the HER framework in a practical way? Can you give us an example of what that looks like in action?
Okay. So I'll give you like a real world perspective here, because the HER framework goes much deeper, as you would know, right? So there's many facets to it. So solopreneurs and small businesses don't typically have the luxury of endless resources. And so the HER framework gives them a way to cut through the noise. A human is about asking, does this tool make my life and my customer's life easier? Ethical means making sure it aligns with trust and governance, not just chasing the latest shiny thing. And resilience is about building systems that can adapt as tech keeps changing. So if I were to give you an example, let's say a service-based company. Let me see. I'm going to pull up something I've done here so I can refer to it, because I made a little cheat note here so I can refer to something. So a service-based company was buried under manual onboarding and client management. Most would try to plug the leak with a quick tool. That's what was happening, but they only patched the surface. So we stepped back, we looked at the bigger picture, and built an AI-driven system that ran scheduling, intake, document flow from the start to finish. And the AI payoff, the team got back dozens of hours every week. Some got promoted, some got shifted into other areas. Clients had a more smooth interaction, and the experience and the manual backup that we put in place made not only the owners, but the staff more comfortable. So when technology misbehaves, and it certainly will, and with AI, with all the disruption and the constant changes, the HER is put in action that way. So we empowered the people. We stayed ethical, making sure there was proper guardrails. They were using the right tools for their products and making systems resilient. So basically, that's what happens in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. And looking ahead, what role do you hope this framework will play in shaping how, for example, women in entrepreneurs, even businesses in general, adopt AI responsibly and efficiently?
So we know all of the news and all of the changes and all of the confusion and all of the hype. And what I am really looking at when I see this, and I'm hoping, and why I built the HER framework and developed it and fine tuning it, is that we don't forget the foundation. We don't forget where we came from. I see the HER framework setting a foundation standard for AI in all business. Right now, adoption feels chaotic. Everyone's chasing tools without clarity. But the HER protocol cuts through that noise by giving leaders a clear lens, keeping people at the core, anchor decisions in ethics, and build resilience for the long haul. It's just guidance, right? It's a standard in business that they can measure themselves against so that they can adopt AI with confidence, clarity, and discretion instead of guesswork and trying to figure it out in all the chaos. There's so much freaking noise out there. It's no wonder that people give up and trying to learn it, number one. And number two, every time you turn around, there's somebody trying to sell you the new shiny tool, right? So this would build a foundation. It's a clear roadmap to making sure the implementation stays at standard. And if it gets miscorrected or goes online, you go right back to the foundation.
Yeah. Lexi, where can people connect with you if they want to learn more about what you're doing, if they want to reach out to you? Where's the best place?
I would say LinkedIn is number one, right? You can get my website through there. It's also OptimizeHer.global is my OptimizeHer website, as well as my AI Biz Mind, AIBIZMIND.ai, which is my new AI agency. So we have both strategy and implementation. So we have the full service for you. So I would say And if this has bent the ear of somebody who would really like to get into this, like strategist or an AI consultant, I'd be happy to lead you the way and guide you. So if you want to reach out, LinkedIn probably is your easiest bet.
Thank you so much, Lexi, for sharing your time with us. I absolutely love talking to women who are boots on ground in the trenches right now in the moment. So your experiences make us all the better.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for giving me the platform to voice this. I'm so excited about this. AI is changing the landscape in many different facets, and my interest started in August 2023, and I can't tell you how it's changed my life. And I'm happy to be now leading the way to help others change their life. So thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Empowered by AI. If today's episode sparked ideas, don't wait. Follow the link in the show notes to visit innovativeaistudio.com and download your free resource created to help you put today's insights into practice. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes packed with more tips, tools, and inspiring stories. Until next time, stay empowered and keep innovating.